Now I think it's a little too quiet. So, hello? Okay, goodness gracious. OBS is like frustrating. Because I never know. Like, you always think that you have this thing figured out, and then you just don't. So, now we're back. But yeah, what I was saying, I'm glad that I got to play Dark Souls again. I've played it 100 times, but it's just one of those games that you'll play, and then you'll play again, and then you'll play again, and you'll really never get tired of it. It's aged, and it necessarily doesn't play great. It doesn't play bad, but it doesn't necessarily play great. But it's just something that I find comfort in, you know. Going back to this 11-year-old game and playing it has made me very happy. So, and then of course, playing it on stream and playing it on YouTube is just a blessing as well. And is it weird that, you know, somebody can find comfort in a game that's meant to frustrate you? Because I think it's pretty common for me to be like comforted by this game. And a lot of people would just say, "Oh, it's a a game meant to piss you off." But how can it comfort you? But I think it does. Alright, sick. So, we should be able to just kill this guy and get the doll, right? Oh, you gotta kill the Hydra, right? Okay. So that was a misjudgment on my end of things. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's people mowing outside my apartment complex. So it may be pretty loud. How do you get to Valley of the Drakes? Is it through, like, Anne Orlando? Not Anne Orlando. Is it through Firelink Shrine? I think I used to go through... I think I used to go through, like, the forest area. How do you get the doll for the DLC? Or how do you get to the Hydra? Because I don't remember. It's through Firelink Shrine, right? Or no? No, there's no way that's it. Where's Undead Parish? We're gonna go to Undead Parish and see if I can. I think this is the hard way, but I think we're gonna try this first. I can barely see. This is awful.
Well, I need it.
No, I don't, but let me see.
I'll be seeing.
Did I kill that thing? I don't remember killing that thing. I am aware that this is probably the hardest possible way to get to the DLC, but Y'all, like on my end, the brightness is so low. Okay. I literally could not see what was in front of me. All right. I have some talking points like for the DLC, but I was trying to wait until we actually got there to do the talking points. You know what would be nice? Getting the flippy ring. I know this is like a little side quest, but it would be so nice to get the flippy ring. Where's the ninja? Okay. I know they're probably all over me. This was not necessarily the plan for this episode, and this was an awful idea when I knew I was going to have to sprint through the woods, but maybe I'm in the wrong woods. Maybe it's the other one. It doesn't help that I cannot see anything. They're just all chasing me. Will they chase you out? I think they will. They're still trying to kill me all the way up here. I just thought it would be beneficial to add something to my build while we were here. So can I mention that if I have not already played this game and I was just going in blind, there was no way I was figuring out that I had to kill the Hydra and then come back and kill the... I'm not going the right way, I'll tell you that. I guess I'll take the purple moss clumps, but I gotta go get some coffee. I will be right back. That was probably the longest coffee break in history. My apologies. But we are ready to get back into it. So, I really don't know where to go. To be 100% honest with you guys. I was pretty sure it was either through here. Okay, I think I had the right idea. All right. We'll run down here and see if this is just a better route to go. So trying to like find like zombie dragon and stuff like that, because I think you can run just straight past them. Oh, right here. Okay. So before we get to the DLC, I think it's important to talk about like why is Dark Souls DLC just so much better than the base game in every single title? Dark Souls 1, you know, you have Artorias, you have Manus, you got Calamide, and they're just so much better. And the DLC in general is just that much better. And I think it's just something to discuss. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. No. Hey, that's all I wanted. I'm running. I'm sorry. Yeah, but the DLC is just that much better. So, and I don't know if the DLC is remembered because the bosses are that much better, or it's because the story behind the DLCs, you know what I mean? So, what do you guys think? Like, which is it because the stories are better, or is it because the DLCs or the bosses are better? My personal favorite boss in the DLC would have to be Manus. He's just so menacing. He's kind of like Nito in that way, you know. He's just menacing, and he'll scare you, and you know, it's just I like the menacing bosses in Dark Souls. Whoops. This is not where I wanted to go. I think I wanted to go the other way. Oh, God. This isn't right. Can't be. Forgive the bots. Oh no. They're not so bad. Grass Crest Shield. Legendary item, by the way. Like, if there was a ladder right here, I'm not seeing it. It's just so dark. I know, it's Dark Souls, I get it, but goodness gracious. Can we turn up the brightness a little bit? I do see the Hydra, so. Oh no. These guys are so menacing. Maybe that water will kill me. Alright, this is where I stay. Ow. Hit him. Wow. Thanks a lot, Crystal Dude. Of course, I fall off. At least I'm not like that far. It's this way, right? Yeah. It was so pretty, and then the brightness just gets turned down. Which I don't know if that's like... I mean, that's so much better. But is that like super bright? Am I cheating by turning up the brightness or what? Like at some point I'm like, I do gotta see, you know what I mean? I will mention that Dark Souls will just add, or From Software will just add stuff and fully expect you to miss it. And then they'll just shrug their shoulders. They don't really care if you miss it. You know what I mean? They don't care if you find this whole area over here. It's not super easy to get to either. Like, you could miss this pretty easily. Like if you went down there to the Drakes and you were like, oh, these guys are hard. I'll come back later, and then you just forgot. You would never know the hype was down here. There we go. Oh my gosh. Did y'all see how close I was to falling off? So now do we go back and kill the crystal thing back here? Or do we go to the... Do we talk to the lady first? I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna beat Artorias today. And now we're how far in, and we haven't even gotten to the DLC yet. I would 100% prefer to beat Artorias today, though. Ow, alright. Not fighting you. I mean, I could kill him in like 3 hits, but... It's a little sad to know that we're coming to the end of our playthrough. Probably in the next 2 episodes we'll be done with the game. And that just makes me sad. Like, I'm gonna miss Dark Souls 1. Granted, I'll make better memories on another game, like Lies of P or Sekiro or something else that I just haven't played yet, but I mean, this is what's really starting our channel. So, you know, it was a blessing to be able to play this game again. Like I said. But yeah, FromSoft does not care if you miss things. Like, you can fully miss an area, you can fully miss bosses, you can miss items, you can miss secrets. They don't care. They're just like, yeah, I mean, if you're not smart enough to figure it out, then you're gonna miss stuff. And that is like what some games need nowadays. Like, don't hold my hand. Don't tell me how to solve a puzzle. You know what I mean? Don't have like Artorias screaming in the background. Is that his name from God of War? Like, oh, maybe you should freeze this and then this will happen. Like, that sounded more like Mickey Mouse, but. Which I think they have. I think they heard the complaints and they fixed it. Wow. I think they heard the complaints and fixed it now, but still. So why do y'all think that Demon Souls doesn't hit as hard as the Dark Souls series? Do you think it's the level design? Do you think it's missing some of the magic? Or, like, personally, I believe it's because Demon Souls was probably a little ahead of its time. And nobody really asked for it. But once people kind of got in the groove with Demon Souls, they started loving it. But even with the remake, like, I played it twice, I think. I've only played through Demon Souls remake twice, and it's just, it's not as good. Like, I would rather play Dark Souls. Is this like a canon event as well? Like, the Demon Souls fanboys are gonna come after me. Ow. I think it's funny, but I just have to talk about this. So the amount of like dislikes that some of my stuff gets is just awful on YouTube. Like, some of my shorts, I'll be like, yeah, Dark Souls 1 is the worst Dark Souls in the trilogy, and people are like, oh, you're an idiot. And then some people are like, wow, yeah, that's justified, sure. I think the people that would say that Dark Souls 1 is not the worst in the series are probably just Dark Souls 2 haters. So y'all can go buzz off. Remember, the whole point of this channel is just we have got to lock in. I think part of the problem is that my arm is broken. But I probably will not be going in the DLC with broken arm, I'll tell you that. Can I get some range out of you, please? I understand it's not like an AR-15, but goodness gracious. I'm sure everybody else does the same thing where... So we did something wrong. Everybody else does the same thing where it's like, they'll just be talking and they won't be paying attention as much, and they'll just start sucking at the game. Yeah, but we definitely did something wrong. I think we do have to go over there and talk to somebody or something. Okay. Oh god, we have to run all the way back down there. You know, I considered doing all the DLC setup before I got on stream, just to make sure that you guys didn't have to see all of this, but I said that I was going to play through Dark Souls, so I have to kind of show everything. But I'm sitting up now, so we're in a locked in position. Ew. Don't die. The drakes are so cool. Are they just gonna come in here with me? Oh god. Okay, they stopped. At least you guys know that it's just as raw as possible, due to the fact that I have no clue where I'm going. I'm just lost. What's bad is I played this game very recently, through, you know, DLC and all, and I still just forgot where to go, or what to do. I anticipated the getting the DLC entry to be much easier than this. You just hooked the waterfall, right? I hope so. Well, there's the ladder. So you have to kill him first? I hope. Oh, he's a pushover. Why was I scared of him?
So, it is thou who rescueth me.
It's me!
I am deeply obliged.
You're welcome.
I am the dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow my hope. My hope. Would this be?
Of course.
Then thou art, it seems that.
And now we just have to do it all over again. I am so... I was about to compliment myself, but I caught myself because I was like, I didn't rest at the bonfire, so I'll just automatically go straight to the archives. But I did rest at the bonfire, and I didn't go automatically to the archives. YouTube people are probably skipping like crazy if you're actually watching the long ones. My long form videos don't get as many views as like my shorts, but YouTube's been growing pretty fast, guys. We're at 341 subs now. I actually took a break off of YouTube yesterday. I'm trying to figure out the algorithm, trying to make sure I understand how it works, because I was scared that YouTube started thinking that I was a bot or something. Because I would post a short or something, and it would get like 1,000 views in like 10 minutes. And then now I'll post a short at around the same time, and it'll get like 10 views in 9 hours. And I'm like, what's going on? So I started to think that I'm such an idiot. I guess I'm also like, I shouldn't call myself an idiot, because that would mean I'm confident in my ability to get all the way back without, or kill all these guys without dying. After my first attempt and dying that many times, I probably shouldn't be as confident. My friends and I have a love-hate relationship with the game Night Rain. Like, is it the Fortnite of From Software, or is it a good game? The bosses in that game, some of them are so cool, but I'm conflicted on whether I really like it or it's just because it's From Software, you know what I mean? Wow. I thought I had to pick it up. Okay, I guess not. And we're only an hour in, and we're about to go into the DLC. So I'm sure there's a better way to get back. There has to be, but I think I saw a video talking about how all the good bosses in Dark Souls have already been defeated by somebody else. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? That's right. Like Gwen, lore-wise, he's a cool boss. Artorias. I'm sure there's more examples, but you know, the good bosses in Dark Souls have already been defeated. Like, you're not going to be the first to take them out. You know what I mean? Almost fell. That would suck. The goal right now is 500 subscribers. I recently made a video. It did not get many views, and that's part of the reason why I took a break off of YouTube for a day. The video was basically saying, like, if we get to 500 subscribers by the end of June, I'll either play Night Rain entirely by myself, Lies of P, or Sekiro. And if we don't hit 500, I'll just play whatever I feel like. But it got, like, no feedback, except for one guy, one legend. I am writing down the names of all, like, the people that I am writing down the names of all the people that are active with my videos on YouTube. Just kind of like as a, you know, if you were there as a day one, I want to remember you. You know what I mean? So I got some goats right now, and I really appreciate all of them. What's crazy is my first stream on Twitch, I had more viewers, and I think part of the reason is because people prefer to be there day one rather than sit through parts. So I'm trying to figure out Twitch, also figuring out YouTube, like what to title things, what not to title things, what thumbnails should look like, what they shouldn't look like. You know what I mean? The video thing is difficult, and I think if you're just starting YouTube, like I am, what I've learned over the first month of doing it, you kind of just got to keep pushing forward. You can't really pay that much attention to views and stuff because YouTube is still trying to figure your content out. Like, it's still trying to make sure that it's showing your content to the right people. So if your videos don't get views, then don't take it as a bad thing. Just keep pushing forward, if that makes sense. Which, you see my subscriber count and you see the views on my videos. Like, I'm no professional. That's just what I've learned so far. And ignore some of the videos that are like always talking about the just crazy stuff. Like, I saw a video of a guy, and this may work, but I saw a video of a guy. He was like, so this is how you gain subscribers and get views. And I'm gonna let this play out. Does anybody else think it's ironic that Manus, the first thing Manus does is grab you with his hand, and his name literally means hand in Latin? Does anybody else think that's weird? But anyway, yeah, so take most of the videos that you see on YouTube with a grain of salt. Like, don't just listen to anything, because this video was like, hey, this is how you get a whole bunch of views and subscribers on YouTube. Go to everybody in your niche and subscribe to them. And I was like, how's that going to help me? And then he was basically like, just copy everybody's video. I'm like, no, I'm trying to become the opinion guy or hot take guy for Dark Souls. And I don't see my, me copying people getting me there. You know what I mean? And I don't think you should either. So be careful what you listen to on YouTube if you're just starting a YouTube channel.
Don't get yourself.
You don't get yourself killed. No, this is not it. What's the bonfire called? Can you travel there? Oh, I was about to say. Okay, there it is. I was like, where am I going? The DLC is better than the base game. Like, boss quality is better, level design can be debatably better, and the storytelling is better, as well as the pacing. I feel like some of the base game can draw out. The bosses are clearly better, and the level design I would definitely hear you out if you were like, oh, it's not as good, but DLC is better in all of the Dark Souls games. The bosses in all the DLCs are better. Like Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. The DLC is just better. What am I doing? I'm trying to level up. Oh yeah, we made it to the DLC, guys. Woo! I don't think that Dark Souls is hard because it's difficult. I think it's hard because so many people don't want to persist, don't want to keep trying, and I think it's dumb to give up, just keep going. I don't know how many attempts this is going to take. This is what I mean by DLC quality bosses, though. Like, this thing's so cool. When I first played... Hold on. Let me kill him real quick. Oh, God. Oh, that would have been so bad. No, I don't want to be that guy. Okay. When I first played the DLC for Dark Souls, I was like, it feels so much faster. Like, it's almost like your current state is not meant to work with the DLC. And I always kind of enjoyed that. It's like you always feel outmatched in a way. Especially, not necessarily with the previous boss that we just fought, but with Artorias and Manus, they all feel so much faster than you. And you feel like a little out of touch with this. So it feels very otherworldly in that way. Like, these guys are stronger, you know? We're not going to talk to Elizabeth. I don't see the point. I love Artorias so much, bro. If I had to choose, like, the saddest boss in Dark Souls, I think it would have to probably be Gwyn. You know, you got to think, the guy was a god, and he got kind of wrecked, so I think that's pretty tragic. I don't necessarily care about like how easy he is and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's a little disappointing that when you get to Gwyn, you could just parry him to death, but you always have the option not to parry, and then I'm sure he will prove to be much more difficult. I have never personally tried to beat Gwyn without parry. Excuse me. I'm just gonna beat you to death. How's that sound? Okay. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'll tell you what, I do not want to fight another one of those guys. Now, before we get to Artorias, I don't want to say any hot takes or anything crazy about how easy he is, because the last time I said a boss was easy, I think we all remember how that went. Ornstein and Smo, like, just destroyed me. Go away, dumb dragon. I had never been destroyed by a boss. Well, I have, but by Ornstein and Smo, as much as they destroyed me that day after I said that they were easy. So I kind of just gotta keep my mouth shut until time comes around. These guys are so cool. DLC quality just goes up from like regular enemies to bosses to areas. It's just so much cooler, and I think that all the DLCs deserve more respect. Dark Souls 2 included. Actually, Dark Souls 2 especially. Dark Souls 2 DLC definitely deserves more respect, because you guys just be forgetting how good Dark Souls 2 DLC really is. The Ivory King, you got the guy, the ninja guy. Damn, what's his name? Sir Alon. That's his name. So yeah, DLC quality just goes straight through the roof. Dark Souls 1 DLC needs more respect. Dark Souls 2 DLC especially needs respect. And the Dark Souls 3 DLC is a masterpiece. So, alright, this is the first Artorias attempt with 6 Estus. Bloodborne reference. So, do you guys think they were planning Bloodborne from the start? Or is this just a coincidence? Because I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, they were planning Bloodborne. But this long ago, y'all think they were planning Bloodborne? Let me know what you guys think. I hope y'all can't hear that. All right. He's so cool. This is just kind of like a learning his moveset again. He is so fast. That's what I'm talking about. DLC like speed just goes up. Sorry, my wife was asking about a pineapple casserole that my dad does that she likes a lot. I have no clue what it's called, so I just gotta ask my dad. Alright, we have the shortcut, so that's good. I don't know if it's necessary, but I am going to. Let me ask y'all a question. Who is insane enough to say, let's make a game. Let's not tell you about the story. Let's make the checkpoint a little sword that you sit at. Let's make the boss entries a fog wall that you walk through. Let's tell them nothing about the story at all. Yeah. So Yeah, like, who's insane enough to say, let's hold the story back. Let's not tell the players the story. Let's make a game difficult enough that it'll piss people off. Let's make the player walk through a fog wall for a boss fight. That's Miyazaki. That's Dark Souls, you know? He's insane enough to do that. And I think we gotta remember, this guy was like a janitor or something. Like, he was just cooking this up while he was cleaning toilets, you know what I mean? I'm only not going to send the elevator down because I'm sure we'll beat him this attempt. I do not fear you. Backswing. Wow. Are you serious? I feel like my roll button's not working. This music is so good. I told y'all he was going down this time. Nice. So this is like the big, yeah, like the PvP stuff. We're level 69. So is this a good place to end? We've been going for how long? An hour and 21 minutes? Yeah, I think that's a good place to end. Because next episode we'll probably have to run all the way through the abyss and go through all that. So but it's time to read a little segment from my book. I know that you guys are beginning to enjoy this little, time. So let me see what I have. All right, so this is a little segment. It's time to read a segment of my book for you guys again. Here it is. No, here. I'm trying to come up with the right way to say this for shorts, but it is time again for me to read a segment of my book for you guys on stream. Here it is. And the man stood in the face of death. He felt no fear, for the beat of his heart was with him, and breath crept betwixt his lips. For he had known life before death, and so death held no dominion over him. Well, it was a pleasure as always, guys. Thank you for joining. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you. Keep watching on YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next one.